This situation somehow keeps getting worse as the Red Wings sustain yet another injury to a center and a key piece. We have a major update on Dylan Larkin and his status, as well as Todd McLellan speaking out on what the team needs to do to find success in the cursed month of March. We're going to break down exactly what all of this means moving forward as the Red Wings need to pick up some big points and a couple wins after another really disappointing loss in the month of March. We're going to break that all down and more in this episode of Red Wings Digest. But before we get into everything, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. We've noticed that still about 95% of you guys who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. More and more viewers every day, and we appreciate you guys. But if you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening with the Red Wings, go down below, hit that free subscribe button. If you're over on Facebook, hit that free follow button. And again, thank you for the support, everyone. Almost 3,000 subscribers. We're almost at our goal of 5,000. The support has been unbelievable so far. But let's get right into it. Obviously, Andrew Copp going down with an injury last night against the Florida Panthers, which leaves the Red Wings with little to no center depth for what looks like the rest of this road trip, which we'll get into in a second. And we have an update. Obviously, we saw what happened last night. He went down awkwardly on a face-off. He went down the tunnel, and as the Red Wings tweeted out last night, and as we also saw, he did not return to the game, which is always a great sign, right? When a player goes down, he looks like he's definitely in trouble and looks like he's in a lot of pain, and he doesn't return to the game. Surely he's fine, right? Not at all, not even close. It looks like he could be out an extended period of time now, which we'll get to in a second. But it was an ugly, awkward fall. It looks like his knee, again, I'm not going to play doctor here, I'm just speculating, but looks like it possibly could have been his knee. So obviously not an ideal situation. You can see that Copp, and this is directly from Todd McLellan, Copp is doubtful for Thursday now. He's probably not going to play. And after everything that's happened the last little while, Larkin has now been not ruled out, but he's doubtful for the rest of this road trip. So they're still without him for a couple of games here before they return home from this road trip. Obviously, with that injury sustained last week to his knee as well, both leg injuries. This is not an ideal situation. The Red Wings have no center depth right now. And Mark and I were talking on the channel heading into the trade deadline. What do you need? You definitely need a right shot defenseman or just another defenseman. We were talking about a couple different candidates, including Justin Faulk, and we'll get to him later in this video as well. Stay tuned for that. Obviously, scoring his first goal as a Red Wing. But center depth as well. Go out and get a center. Maybe you do spend assets on a center. And look at this now. You're without your first two centers. Line one, line two, you don't have centers anymore. What are they going to do? You have almost no center depth. And you can't really make a call up, and we'll get to why in a second as well. So obviously not an ideal situation. You can see that a couple of guys are banged up too, right? MBN left the game too. Or he wasn't on the bench at one point. So two players down last night, waiting to hear whether he'll be back or not. Seems like he's going to be fine. But again, a lot of guys are banged up right now. And it is that time of year. But unfortunately, you don't have the luxury of taking it easy. If you can see the Atlantic Division, not just the Atlantic, but the entire Eastern Conference standings right now, with Montreal's win, you are now in the first wildcard spot. So you have to keep, and Boston's right behind you. Columbus is right there. Like, it is not smooth sailing whatsoever. You need to pick up some serious wins in this month. You do. And like, Todd McLellan doesn't want to talk about March anymore. No, we're going to be talking about March. You need to win some games here. This is close to a disaster right now. So hopefully they're all okay. We have some updates on David Perron as well, but that's pretty much the update there for Andrew Copp, for Dylan Larkin. Larkin probably won't play the rest of the road trip, and we can, take a look at the schedule here now as well. So he's probably not playing Thursday or Saturday. They return home next Monday to play Calgary. That has to be a win, by the way. That should be a scheduled win for the Red Wings, but he probably won't play till then, and then I guess they're going to see on Saturday how Copp is feeling. So thankfully, it doesn't sound like either of them obviously are season-ending injuries, but the language they're using with Dylan Larkin, where he's doubtful and they're taking it day by day, makes me think that he could be out for a week or two at this point. So again, I don't want to be pessimistic. I am naturally an optimist, and I would like to stay optimistic on this channel, but you're in tough right now. And, again, if you want to look at the schedule, it's not like the opponents get any easier for you. Tampa obviously looking to take back the lead of the division for the Buffalo Sabres on Thursday. Dallas is a great team. And then heading into next, we were talking about the gauntlet that's coming up after Calgary. You got Montreal and Boston. You're actively in a race with both of them. The Senators, you're in a race with them. The Buffalo Sabres, right? Like, it does not get any easier. And the other thing I wanted to get to in terms of the center depth before we move on to David Perron is, as Ryan Hanna brought up last night as well, Danielson is hurt with the Grand Rapids Griffins right now, so you can't even call him up. So it looks like the popcorn guy in section 223 is going to be playing center for the Red Wings for the rest of this road trip. They're going to call somebody up, and we'll have you guys covered on the channel for that when that move does come down. But they're in tough right now, and they're going to have to find a way. And Patrick Kane spoke out post-game about that as well. Like, they have to respond now in Tampa. You have to respond, because to lose a game like that, 4-3, and again, we'll get to that before we wrap up here, in that fashion, unacceptable from a team that has playoff aspirations and aspirations of winning a round. It's unacceptable. It is, to lose a game like that. So, and obviously, Justin Faulk scoring a couple goals last night. Again, we'll get to that in a second. But Dylan Larkin, everything for this team. First line center, the captain. They need him back desperately. And same with Andrew Copp as well. He's been great for the team. And obviously, you would have liked to add a center to maybe move Copp down to the third line or something like that at the trade deadline. But hey, it didn't happen. You're sitting in the mess that you're in right now. And yeah, you got to figure out a way out of it. It's still a good team here. It's still a good team. But the lack of center depth definitely hurts in your chances of winning any game. I don't care if it's regular season or playoffs. Now, you can see this from GM Steve Yzerman. He said he's pretty conservative on the estimated timeline for David Perron to return. Could be next Thursday against Montreal. It could be Monday against Calgary, so a little bit sooner. We'll see what happens there. So he's on his way. He's coming. He's coming along there, and we saw yesterday on Twitter as well. As you can see here, he's skating on his own in a non-contact jersey. So he is close. He looks like he'll return in the next week or two at this point. Not even, I guess, like next week at this point. So that's encouraging. They could use some of the depth as well. And can he play center is the question that everybody should be asking right now. But obviously a winger. And, it'd be nice to see him back in the lineup. I also want to give flowers to Justin Faulk, who scored. And his first goal as a Red Wing, nice backhander. He has looked really good, and obviously the last goal, I think, goes off his stick, so got multiple goals last night, but he has looked really good. I just wanted to shout him out as well, because that was a good deadline pickup. He looks like a real difference maker so far, and I think Red Wings fans are quite happy with the acquisition. You can see, just flying in off the wing here, off of a face-off, throws it backhand in. It was really nice. So, feeling pretty good at that point in the game. Then obviously everything went off the rails, and I wanted to point a couple things out about that game. Todd McLellan on the final goal said that it was probably too many men on the ice, but I'm not a referee. My thing, because I hate blaming officiating, I think you have to put yourself in a position where you don't do that, right? Why were you tied 3-3, and why do you put yourself in a position where, the goal went in anyway, right? Maybe they're playing with 6 guys. I don't know, whatever. Maybe it should have been too many men, but why are you in that situation anyway? Right? Like, the Panthers are kind of depleted. We've seen them lose some crazy games over the last little while in a race to try and make the playoffs. And for some reason, you lose that game, right? In that fashion. You couldn't get it to overtime. So it's a little disastrous. Personally, I feel like you can't put yourself in that position. And last thing I want to bring up is this quote from Todd McLellan. He says, "When it goes good for us, it's going good. But it doesn't take much for us to start taking on water. And when that happens, it takes a long time for us to get out of it." Now, for those of you that made it this far in the video, when do you think this quote is from? This quote is from last season. And I think we're seeing very similar things happening again this month in March. So let me know how you feel in the comments below. Pretty disastrous here. Those are all the updates that we have right now. We'll keep you guys up to date on what's happening, because big game tomorrow against Tampa, and they're definitely calling up another body, but we don't know who it is. Danielson is hurt, so it'll be interesting to see who that is. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything Red Wings.